Hi. Hello. This is Gnomes Are Neat. And I'm playing Disco Elysium. This is my first recording. It's my first YouTube video. It's not my first recording. I've finally figured out the settings that I think are gonna look good, so we might have a viable video here. And since I've been wanting to do this for a while and eventually stream, thought I'd get started on this game because it's fun. This is my first playthrough, but I'm a few hours in, so I'm just gonna see what I can do here. It's very text heavy, very story based, very psychological, and I like it. I like it so far. So we'll see where I was, because it's been about a week. I've been playing like once a week. I need to play it a little bit more. But I think what happened last time was I went to bed for the first time. I had a conversation with my partner out on the balcony and found out that he smoked cigarettes. Maybe he's a little cooler than I thought. And I think that's pretty much where I am. Oh. I was going to use a keyboard, but I have my controller here too, so I'm just going to skip to that. Makes it a little easier. In some ways. Just have to reacclimate to the controls. Figure out what I... Okay, so I can level up. That's good. I almost think the interfacing master machines, pick locks, and pockets, that might be useful. See what I need to do here. So I still haven't inspected the victim's body. I've tried, though. I waited a while to try, because I thought I had to, like, build up some sort of resistance to the smell, but turns out I needed to do that to go further. I'm kind of learning my way around. Still have to pay money to the guy up the front of the hotel. Close the water lock on Wednesday. I think his name's Garte. He's told you some unruly union men gather in the mess hall. Right. Yeah. Okay, I did unlock the door, so I need to go back to Everett. I went in there too, and I took some stuff. He had those mugs that matched the racist mug in the trash can that I found. So that's interesting. And the smoker on the balcony, I got his key because I think he wants me to come up and talk to him. And then I have to find my gun and my badge. So first, maybe we'll go to Everett. I'm pretty sure that's the union leader.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay. I can't remember which one my partner went into. Maybe this one? There they are. There's my partner up there. I think he wants to talk.
Morning.
Good morning.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know why we need to talk to them. I'm gonna make sure to get
I
some
completely forgot.
dialogue, I guess.
Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Okay. Well,
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Just a moment, officer. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then,
Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena, and my husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Sounds more like a side thing. I need to take care of my main thing. Both of these sound like asshole comments, but I think I'm kind of an asshole in this game, so okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
So she's a cryptozoologist's wife. Okay. So they explore things like Bigfoot and cryptids, I think. I like being weirdly honest about my memory loss sometimes, but we'll start with what's the expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist.
Sure.
He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Okay, cryptozoology, I was right. I was like, am I stupid?
The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Who's the scary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Yes, the water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
I really don't know.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
Well, they still might be stuck over there with some weird, funky insect creature, but...
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired, and it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Tell me more about Moral.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did you two meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Okay. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
So many questions. Tell me more about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about it.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Well, that sounds normal.
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of Gnome of Jeroma, would you?
Oh shit. Gnome mention. Gnome of Jeroma.
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
Well, I'm gonna go with the obvious question here. Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it
course.
can blend in almost perfectly among the
Oh,
reeds.
okay. Well,
It's how it
sounds very
stayed
well.
hidden all these years. Centuries even.
What makes you think it's around here, the phasmid?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Okay, I have to sneeze. Whew, okay. So, is it dangerous? The fuck? Okay.
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Okay, so what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Yeah, I need to find Morel. I need to find out about this bug. I know she talked about this a little bit, but I'll ask the scientist question.
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What's cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes.
I feel like we're
And
kind of
people
accosting
are
this lady
entitled
who
to
just
their
wants us to
opinions.
find her missing husband. Maybe we should chill the fuck out a little bit. but I am pressing these questions, but...
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly
This woman,
rare that
she's
many
she's
assume
missing
them
her
to
husband.
be
Let's go
extinct
debate her.
or even
Let's
fictitious.
go debate on something she's obviously wrong about. Let's just keep hammering this home.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
There we go. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Please work. Please work.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone.
Is there something wrong
She'd
with
be
the
only too
text?
pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Okay. Hey, Lena. I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
Yeah, I figured.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Oh my god. Cryptid extravaganza. I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Alright, Kim.
Or he'll be
You go have your cigarette.
disappointed in you.
Okay. Well. The biggest cryptid, the tiniest, the most dangerous, invisible. Let's see. What about the most dangerous?
The gnome
Oh,
of
shit.
Jeroma.
The Gnome of Jeroma. That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
Good for them. Oh, what did it look like? Please have a hat.
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at.
So no hat.
A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it.
Jesus.
It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Kim, we're learning about gnomes right now. This is, you know...
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands
He
on the
died,
creature's
probably.
corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Well, I'm convinced. I want to go cryptid hunting now. I'm gonna ask about another one. I wonder if he'll get mad at me. How about the biggest one?
Hey,
I know he's
you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
But Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too?
The lieutenant pauses thoughtfully.
Too.
Something in him breaks.
Oh no.
Ah, fuck it.
Okay.
Let's have more cryptids.
Let's do it. We're not doing anything else. It's not like there's a body hanging from a tree outside we have to figure out.
Well, the biggest cryptid is, of course, the horrible giant of Kokonur.
Okay.
The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or a psychogenous luminance.
Okay. And just how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Sorry if that was loud. Put down my tea. Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
That one was a little bit boring.
Who here? No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more.
I do. What about the tiniest one?
Cryobacter catlensis.
Jesus. Cryobacter catlensis.
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
It's interesting because once you start talking about bacteria and really small things I can't see, I automatically believe it. What's so special about it?
The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Boy. Let's see. How about, wait, she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
Well,
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
I kind of want to say this, but you mean there's an immortal geologist wandering the world?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too.
What?
After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away.
I think that's probably the normal path for people into cryptozoology. I don't think you need to inject yourself. I think that's like the ultimate form, probably.
We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
It really rolls off the tongue. Okay. Well, we might as well learn about some invisible ones.
What an interesting
I
question.
mean, I guess.
And the answer is yes, there
Of
are.
course.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kev. She's gonna tell me about the invisible cryptid. What is it?
It's the Col de Mamadakwa. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Could it be here? Right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Days of our lives. My mom used to watch that show.
Maybe it's predatory.
What if it's predatory?
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so
I
sure.
mean, I have tinnitus.
What if the damage is also invisible?
Okay. What does it sound like?
like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
I'm just gonna nod eagerly.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
We've unlocked something.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldamamadakwa, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
I wonder, was she into cryptozoology before she met her husband? Okay, name them.
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually.
Why is the Mamadakwa so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Well, that's believable. Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Did they explode?
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
I'm not sure what to say. I don't know, but maybe they amplify each other. Maybe that is in my head.
No, dear. They cancel each other out. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
That's fucked up.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
Kim, I think we should abandon this and I think maybe instead of the whole union thing, we should start protesting for these fucking creatures, you know? We could go that route.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltamamadakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
Too.
I'm glad you did, dear.
All right.
What about what?
I don't know. This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
I'm gonna skip telling her that I've lost all my memory, even though I think it's hilarious to do. Because I kind of like playing this sort of bumbling, you know, idiot character. I mean, let's hear more about cryptids.
You
He's so
know,
pissed.
to hell with it.
Okay.
Let's have more
okay. It'll
cryptids.
probably just go back to where we
Of
were.
course, officers.
Okay, never mind.
Of course, dear.
I really want to tell her. I think am this character. Alright, that's all for now. I think there's something wrong with the fonts. I can't remember if it was messed up like that before. I'm gonna save. There's definitely something wrong. I think it's okay. It's not even. There we go. Should I wait? He told me that I can wait. Why would he tell me I can wait if I shouldn't wait? Oops.
Let me handle this.
Oh, okay.
Detective disorientated.
Yeah, you
Are you
helped me
still
out,
wondering where
gloves.
you are?
Yeah.
This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh my god.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our
Okay, Kevin,
authority.
maybe chill the
We
fuck
will
out.
make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
These guys are gonna kick our ass, Kim.
You're sure Easilio mentioned something about a lawyer, Elizabeth someone, but you're too dumb to remember what it was.
Yeah. What's your role in all of this?
Like I already told you,
Yeah.
I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Sorry. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just
I don't
because
really
it's in
wanna
your
say that. You're
head
wrong.
doesn't mean you have to say it.
I already know.
You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
Okay. Let's just not. They're probably gonna kick my ass. This guy looks like Seabass from Dumb and Dumber. Oh my god, he's like in the right spot and everything. It's like over here. Okay, oh. Should I talk to him? What's going on over here? I'm a little nervous. Hi, Seabass.
This is where you say your bed.
Alright, shit. He's coming over.
Detective,
Good.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Yeah, I know, guys. It's, you know, he stinks.
Oh, he was
Keep
a
puking.
real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
That one wasn't so good. That one didn't land, Shanky.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
My god, I thought it said he slapped my forehead. That would be crazy.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Alright.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
This is not a good idea. Why would I just ask? Why would they tell me? Can I scan? I'm gonna scan.
No. Eyes here.
Okay.
You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
Okay.
The boys are too eager to please him to keep their mouths shut. You're gonna get a good head count here. Just wait.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy Boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy!
That's an interesting name. The Hardy Boys. You guys sound super tough.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked,
Alright,
Dennis.
guys.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room.
I did.
You got a pretty good
Fuck
picture
yeah. What? A picture of what?
of the actors here. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
No.
Yes.
Eyes here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
The boys are
I
too
don't have to
eager
hear
to
them
please
again.
him to keep their mouths shut. You're gonna get a good head count here. Just wait.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy Boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy!
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one.
Let
I
Dennis
get
enjoy
it.
his.
Yeah.
Easy, fellas.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture of the actors here.
Oh, okay.
You could take another look at the tracks in the mud
Oh,
on the
okay.
crime scene. Compare it to
In the
these
mud.
guys.
All right. I don't know if I want to ask him that. I'm just gonna. Hopefully, I can talk to him again. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think that it's gonna. It's probably just gonna piss him off. Because that's a crazy thing to ask somebody. I need to find a plastic bag so I can
Was that?
pick things.
Could it be the Calda Mama Dakwa?
Oh my god.
No. It's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing? Listen more closely.
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like something tickles your ear.
Move your head toward the sound.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No.
I'm
Too
going.
late. It's gone.
Oh.
There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
Go on then. Leave. Leave like everything else.
So it does.
I hope I said
It's
that out
gone.
loud.
All that's left for you is the disco.
Okay. Let's check out these. Is it the tracks here? A mean kid. Oh,
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
what kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
I mean, I can try again, but what do I need to try again? I think. I mean, I'll just... That's not
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Put skill point into visual calculus to open it. Okay. Save. I need to interrogate them? Oh my goodness. Well, let's find the union leader first and tell him I broke in to that guy's house. I need to eat something soon. I kind of forgot to. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Oh wait, you're the scabs. No, that's not. So I take that back. Hello, henchman. Over here, talk to my buddy over here. I just walked past it. Oh, yeah.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I am. Yeah, I could show him the... do you know anything about this
He
mob?
does not so much as glance at the object.
Oh, okay.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
I don't know whose house I was breaking into. I don't
Does
think
he
it was
strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading. The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonees. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
Can I get through here? Can I not get through here? Are both of these your women? Can I? Excuse me. Shit.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I'll ask about his tattoos.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
It's very healthy. Very healthy. You're right. That's craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance. Let's go there.
Correct.
Please let me I just really want to see Everett. Or did something open for me to... Is this gonna lead to anything?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden.
Have I said these things? Okay, I don't think I've said that because it's like a light orange. I'm gonna try this.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm gonna go with the same answer here. Communism.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture?
Maybe.
Rock and roll music?
I mean, disco. Probably.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
I think I've went through all of this already, so...
Measurehead stoically looks to the distance.
I can't get back there. Oh, wait. Is it this way? Oh, I think I could lockpick something, but I wasn't able
The
to.
file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. You already went through all of these.
Yeah. Okay.
The drawer slides shut.
Oh, there we are. Ah, okay. I think, yeah. I've kind of forgotten all that.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really hard here.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Oh, shit. I'm still not completely convinced it was me.
I am, but it doesn't matter right now. Let's just move on.
It's like me and my girlfriend. Okay. Let's go in here.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Do I lost health on there? bottom left. Okay, I don't know. Can't remember where I went. It's taking some getting used to. This is just a very different visual. Like, but it's kind of cool. Crazy partying up here. Not safe. Not safe. Okay, I think he's in there. Buddy. Broke into that house you told me to.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Who does he sound like? Oh. Okay, I'll think of it. Okay, I opened the door you asked me. Okay.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
I may have stumbled a little.
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of the old Rivish Hall on his wall. I can't remember. I think he did.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Matt Berry. That's who he sounds like. I wonder if that's him. Let's see. There's a collection of colonial mugs there. And I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes. I'm just gonna be
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
Yeah.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
I completely believe you.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this.
I kind of want to look up to see if this is Matt Berry, but I don't want to start searching and then see spoilers, because that happens to me anytime I'm watching a show. I'll hear a voice and I think it's them, and then it's gonna be a fucking article. It's gonna ruin it.
But he does live nearby.
I'm pretty sure
Maybe
that's
it's
him.
a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
Good buddy. They are known to be neat freaks. Yeah, they're pretty crazy about making their beds, I hear. When, old guys in tweed jackets tell them to anyway. Not when their own mothers tell them to. That's how it starts. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna encourage him. You'd make a great sergeant.
Would he? I'm not so sure about
Kim,
it.
shut the fuck up.
Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind. I know I'm not a real police officer. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
You said the lynching and the strike are related. How?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
This game is deep.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Yeah, I think so. So that's definitely a reference to the Chiquita Banana Company. I haven't read about that in a while. I need to refresh my memory. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is definitely something I would say. Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Now, it might be real, though, because I just learned about these creatures that are real, but, you know. Let's see. Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Oh my god, no way. That's kind of cool, but goddamn. Wait, they move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what
that
they used to be.
Fucking great,
they lift
though.
my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun.
I mean,
you should try it.
Okay, I do want to try it.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
Come on. Yeah, I guess I'll go the first one.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Oh, he's just telling me.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's
Yeah?
just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
No. Let's see. Yeah, tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and
I don't think
Revachol
they're
in mind.
great, but, you know.
Work
get
with
it.
them. Hell, interview them.
I would like
but
to.
don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Separate one from the herd.
Better not to.
Or what? He'll give you info. Fine. Don't ask it then.
I mean, come on, Half-White. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? I mean, I believe it after talking. I talked to the woman that's on the boat, the rich woman. She's, maybe CEO or something of the company.
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Jeez.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange.
Yeah. You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Everett, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course!
Oh,
it's the
thank
least
you.
I can do for my
Goddamn.
good friend Harry.
Thank you.
I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Oh, thank you. Why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Oh, okay.
Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it.
Ugh. It's not really gonna help me pay my night in the hotel, I don't think. Maybe I'll just not take it.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm
I need
willing
a
to
chair.
share information.
I need that chair.
Was there anything else?
Yeah,
Was it
we're
a
done.
good tour? I'm not
It
sure
was.
we made much headway here.
We did.
I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Come on.
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
A lot of funny responses here. I'm more love than you are. Oh gosh. How about, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
I will.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
I'm just gonna accept the task.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
I kind of want to talk about my gun. Isn't it someone bought it, right? It was a woman, I think. I think it might have been the woman that worked in the hotel I'm staying at. How about I met Joyce, the company representative? Right. The woman
Oh,
on the
that's
boat.
very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
Yes. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
What happened to the previous negotiator?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
You made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
I think she said he did. Okay, I'm gonna skip that though.
Empty all your barrels on me, Harry.
Not gonna argue with him. Are you sure? I find it a little odd.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
She said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Everett, Joyce seems to think the union is lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Lowballing, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
I told Joyce that I met you.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in?
Yes. Thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it.
Thank you.
Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Okay. I'm gonna...
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
I know. Alright. Guy up here last time. I don't know where he is. There we go. Go down here. Let's go talk to my friends. Oh, I can level up. Okay, what was the thing that I needed to level up? Volition? No. Visual calculus. Yeah, we'll go back to the crime scene really quick here.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Wow, still not doing it. You're bad at this.
Seems really important. Tracks on the scene, and I can't read them at all, Lieutenant.
Don't beat yourself down. Neither can I. We'll have another look later.
sea bass.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Yep. Oh. Wait a minute. Said he was gonna talk to them. Okay. Maybe I need to talk to her.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Okay. No, I guess not. I'm gonna just go for it.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
We have spoken to the head of the union.
Evrard?
Yes.
And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him? Because
Maybe.
we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well.
Aha, so you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Okay. Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he's a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out alive.
Oh, okay.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces?
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Everyone's very open in this town.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Right, but what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, Harassed workers. Threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all. If we don't open the gates. If we don't let the scabs in. If we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Yeah, who did he... Yep. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter.
I bet it was the woman who worked here. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck.
Oh, just like that,
until
okay.
he got real still. Wasn't that obvious,
Well,
Copper?
now that you mention it.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
At least 2.
Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him. Dragged his unconscious body to the tree. Put a noose around his neck. And hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Let's see. Really a trained killer from Orgenes Special Forces? If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
Okay.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
It can't be retried, this question. Okay, where did this overpowering happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
42... Okay, I feel like that did go up though, right? Okay, I'm just gonna try it.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them, maybe one is fidgeting.
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Like what, Copper?
Who called the shots last night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
You do. But she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, There are some administrative differences, but on that night, they all acted as one man.
So what are you gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna take off now.
There are several footprints in the mud,
Okay.
left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right, the hardy boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
Yeah, I mean, they told us.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick, Titus Hardy. The one with the ball cap on his head.
Interesting.
Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The inked banger, perhaps. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot, but number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky.
I should have gotten this earlier.
Better late than never, detective. The whole world is dark and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus. Carrying something? 8. Another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here.
Maybe he was a Hardy Boy.
That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing.
A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
I don't know what to do here. And, okay. Well, an aberration, one soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy Boy. Wonder who he is.
Do you have any ideas?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I'm definitely gonna call him out for this one. So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
I don't know. You know something about drummers. Are you cool?
Perhaps it could be a driver.
Much more fun than
A
I
driver
think.
would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Okay. Nod thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
Light step number 41 shoe.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy boy. The one with his front teeth missing.
You mean the rat-faced one?
Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat.
Yes,
You're
he
right.
did.
Do you think those prints belong to him?
Yes.
I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not.
About the heavy one.
200. This could be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was the fat Hardy boy, the one sitting in the middle.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Maybe it was a giant. Maybe it was a giant.
Maybe it wasn't.
There is real, palpable excitement in his voice
Oh, nice.
at the prospect of it
Coco
not being a giant.
I was thinking it was the giant of Coco Noir.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking it wasn't the giant of
Oh,
Coco.
come on. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Possibly, yes.
Possibly. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
I know, 8 tracks, 7 Hardy Boys. Should I let him have his moment of joy? Okay.
There's one pair missing from the
Yeah,
Union
we just
box.
talked about that, but that's
The
fine.
8th pair. I'm going to say it was our old soul.
So the odd soul was present at the lynching, but isn't in the mess hall right now.
Yes. I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure our investigation will eventually lead us to the old soul.
Oh, where is he? Oh, there you are. You're fast. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here, and then I'll come back whenever. I'm gonna try to play it a little more than 1 week at a time. And I think this is a good place to leave off, so thanks for watching if you are, and we'll see. Yeah, I'll see when I come back next. Alright. Click out of here.